occupied only 100 into 100. Okay, but it is taking complete width because it is a block. If I add another box, it will come in next line. It won't occupy the beside because it is a block. It occupies complete width and it always start in a new line. So see, 100 and 100 width in the height is 100 and 100. The background is which is I have applied, and you can see the CSS property also here. And here there is a proper box model here. In that one, you can see that the 100 and 100 area is this one colored area. If I hover on that one, it will show the 100 and 100 is a colored area which I have given background color as a tomato. So what I am doing is now I have given this one, right? Okay. Now this is the basic thing which I like. I am explaining the properties of CSS especially. Then we have something called border. A border, 1 pixel. Assume that I will give border as a 10 pixel solid. Solid color I need to give. You will get to know what is that one. If you go here, can you see the border is applied? Can you see the
Yes,
border
sir.
applied?
Yes, sir.
So especially this is a short form of this one. Border color, bold, border width, something like I will use 3 pixel. Then border style, something like dashed I will give. You will get to see that difference. Now you can see, right? The border is with a dashed border. Dashed means right, with a space. You can see the border is with a dashed border. And if I change the color to blue so that we can see properly, you see now the border is dashed. If I remove that one border style and if I give solid, the border will be continuous. And we have different properties. We have something like double, hidden, then ridge and solid ridge. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this is ridge. So you got right. If we have so these three things, how can we apply in a single line? This is the short form. Just use border instead of border color. Just use the border. Okay. First pass border width, second pass border style, third pass border color. If you give here, right, blue, and we will get same thing. Let's reduce the size to something like 5 pixel. These three things can be written in shorthand like this. Go and check, right? Same thing, nothing changes. You got right. So what is border and how what we are passing? This is a border width, this is a border style, and this is a border color, and this is a background color. You can you got right how this is everything is working.
Yes, sir.
Now, so these all are basics. So you got to know like how to apply and everything. So now, apart from that one, before that one, I need to explain something about the colors. We are using the colors extensively, right? So colors. So in the colors, we have a different types, different type of colors we have. For example, one is an RGBA. Second one is an hexadecimal. Hexadecimal. Third one is an something like CMYK format is there. So on another way, the HSL is there. So there are like different forms of colors we can give. Like we use the color types. For example, if you go to Google Picker, there's a Google Picker. Yeah, sorry, color picker. So see, this is a color picker. You can pick any color you want from here. Okay. See, the blue color, for example, this color, I can give in hexadecimal like this, or you can give in RGBA like this, or in CMYK format, this is like this, or in HSV like this, or in HSL like this. But these three are least used. The most extensively which we are using is one is a hexadecimal or one is the RGBA. These are the two things which we use extensively. What is hexadecimal? I will tell you what is RGB also. RGB, you know, right? RGB. What is? Can anyone guess what is the form of RGB? Full form of RGB?
Red, blue, green.
Red, green, blue.
Yeah, exactly.
Red,
There is a like
green,
in when
blue.
you are studying in the schools, right? I think we have seen there is a like in the especially in the like creative classes or in the exhibition classes, some of the students will what they will make is they will bring 3 to 4 colors. From that one color, they will making the different colors. So same thing. There are like these are the if you see the rainbow also this is combination of a 4 colors only, but these 4 colors combined together to form different 7 colors. So same thing using the red, green, blue, right? We can form different any other colors we can form. So that is the like RGB. So for example, take this RGB color for blue, come here, and for example, here background only, I will use RGB and I will pass C, red, green, blue. What I will pass is whatever I have copied from there, that one I will pass here. Now see, blue color, right? It is. Now if you go and check the background here, same. And same, this background color, which is in RGB, I can pass that one in an for example, let's take some different color. It is not visible properly. Yeah, this is an RGB 22 something is there. Yeah, now I will remove that one. Okay, now I will copy the hexadecimal. Same color of different form, hexadecimal form. See, color is red, right? So what I will do is I will comment this one. I will use background color property. See, this is why I am commenting is I need to explain this one. So just if you add this one hexadecimal, and you can see the color is applying. So basically, we can apply the colors. Like how many colors we know? Hardly like the especially the boys will know like 6 to 7 colors: red, green, blue, violet, yellow, black, white, something. But there are like lot of colors formats we have, right? So we can't remember that one. When you're working in a project, right? Designer will share the color codes, in especially in RGB or in hexadecimal. They won't tell you in a green or yellow. For example, the assignment which I have given, how many of you be able to find the proper color? Not able to find the proper color because I have not given the color code, and that is not a green also, dark green also. That is not a light green also, right? That is in different color format only. But for those type of things, we need to use hexadecimal or we need to use RGB. I'm using here RGB, not a A. This A stand for alpha. What is alpha? I will tell you. This alpha is a transparency, and it will start from 0 to 1. Okay, so 0 to 1. So complete like assume that if we are applying the colors, right, for especially like for this one, 0 is completely what I can say is 0 is completely transparent and 1 is completely opaque. You know, right? What is transparent and opaque? For
Yes,
example,
sir.
I am using again the same color, and I am using no one is no nowadays we are using RGBA. Now last year I will pass 0 point assume that 5, and if we can see here, the color has changed, right? B means if something content is there behind, it will be like a transparent. Transparent means whatever like it is like a transparent type color. If I increase the alpha color, like alpha property to 1, it will be complete opaque. Opaque means whatever there is behind, we can't see. So that is an alpha, RGBA. This is very extensively used. Then, and the disadvantage of the hexadecimal is we can't pass the transparency, especially the alpha, this one. Opaque and transparent property, we can't apply for a, especially hexadecimal. The designer need to give exact color code. Okay, so hexadecimal, you know, right? You know the number system, right? Binary means what is binary?
Zeros and ones.
Yeah, 0 and 1. Then what is decimal?
Point numbers.
Point
No,
values.
whatever the numbers we use to communicate, those are decimals, right? 0 to 9.
0 to 9.
0 to 9.
Yeah, then hexadecimal is, can anyone guess hexadecimal from where to where?
0 to 16.
0 to 8.
0 to 16.
Ze-
16.
0 to F.
But here 0 to 9, 0 to
A to
9,
F.
10 is A and 11 is B.
then A to F. 0 to 9 and A to F. This is called hexadecimal. For example, see the D is a one number 1439. So DE hash DE. So the hexadecimal color value always be within 0 to 9 and A to F. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And this one is least important color CMYK and HSL. No one will use this one. As far as till my industry experience, I won't use CMYK or HSL. I use only RGBA and hexadecimal. Clear about the colors? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cleared.
Okay, fine. So let's go to the next topic. So I'm covering a lot of topics, but make sure that you won't skip anything. If you have doubts, anything, let's clarify at the end. So we have studied background color, how to apply background color, and how to apply border color, and border width, and border style. Then what are the different types of colors we have? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now, but this only these colors is not enough, right? Especially like in the background colors, we can't apply, right? We have something like a gradients. Anyone can explain what is gradients? All the smartphones which you are taking, right? They have something kind of a gradients. Especially like I can show you here only in the Google gradients. Best example, I think. Yeah. Can you see like what are the types of colors we have in this one?
Bluish white, sir.
Sky blue. Sky blue. Right?
Something, yeah, it's big. Best example for gradient is our like our what we call cloud. So see, there are gradient dark to light. It is transferring, right? This is called we call it as a gradients. Nowadays, everyone uses gradients to make more effective and more visual aspects. Okay, so how to apply the gradients here?
Guys, wait for a while. He's coming. Yeah, just wait for a while. He's coming.
Sorry, guys. I don't know. I left the meeting. I was completely teaching. Thanks, Wes. Okay.
It's okay, sir.
It's okay, sir.
Okay. So what else? Where I lost the connection? I don't know. Can anyone tell me, like, background color,
Gradient,
right?
sir.
Sir, gradient.
Gradient, sir. Gradient.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a gradient, right? Especially we wanted to apply the gradient. That time we can't use background color because see, in the background we just doesn't apply the colors. In the background we pass the images, we pass the gradients, we pass like background images also in a gradient fashion. So all those things will be there. So that is the reason what I am saying is we need to use, instead of background color, we need to use new property that is in the CSS is background. And if you use background and if you pass color, still it will be work. Still it will work. There is no doubt. But why we need to use background is, using the background we can pass the images or we can pass a linear gradient. Now see, I'm using a linear gradient and this will take the colors. Especially this linear gradient is there, right? It will take the colors. For example, let's try any two colors. For example, let's take blue. Need to pass the colors for this one. For background, I need to pass the color. One is a blue and one is an yellow. Okay, now if I go and check here, yellow, okay, sorry. Okay, now can you see it is combination of how many colors?
2, sir.
Two.
Blue and yellow.
Okay, so I will make this one as a gold or something, tomato. Okay, see, this is a combination of two colors, and by default it is top to bottom, right? It is like top to bottom, from top blue and yellow. We can make this one to right to left also. So first, this is a linearity is a function. The first argument which we want to pass is that one. For example, here we'll add a comma and I will pass to right. Okay, now if I pass to right, you can see from it is going towards the right. It has been changed the direction.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes I want to apply diagonally. That is called to right bottom. See, to right bottom. So this is like how we apply the gradients, linear gradients. Especially this is how we apply linear gradients. Clear, right?
Yes,
Applying the
sir.
colors, different form of colors and background, what is background color, what is border and everything. Now the actual CSS, right? Whatever you are going to study is like, especially from today onwards, you are going to study the actual CSS, like how that is working, whatever the thing. These are the everything is basics. Background color, color format, and all those things. Yeah. So yeah, any doubts? No doubt, right? So let's hope that you understand everything. I will comment this one. Then let's start with the exact like the properties which we wanted to learn today. We're like focusing. Okay, now so yeah, box model. I think I need to start. Okay, fine. So whatever we study, right? Whatever in the CSS, see, if I go and check now, nothing is there. So for example, if I write, if I use something like paragraph tag and I give lorem, and if I go here, see, it is occupying how many width? Like complete width, right? This text is occupying complete width. Why?
Block level
Block
element.
element.
Level
Block,
elements.
block level element, right? This is occupying complete width. But there is something called box model in the CSS. We call not in the CSS. This is the beauty of the CSS. We have something called box model. So whatever you use in the HTML, any tag and apply the property for that one, right? Everything will be like a box. So you add how much content you want to add, that will be treated as a box. That's why there is a box model for that one. So what is that box model? Let's go to the nodes. Anyhow, we have a proper image in that one. If you go to CSS, and if you go to CSS box model, can you see the box model?
Yes, sir.
So basically, Every element in the HTML will have this model. When we apply CSS, this is the properties which will be applied. The content, what is content? The height and width, the area where the content, especially whatever the text you write within the HTML elements, right? That will be on that content area. Okay. Then after the content area, something we have a padding area. After the padding area, something we have a border area. After the border area, we can have something called margin area. So remember this one. Content is what? Actually where we write in our, like, within the tag, I write lorem ipsum, right? That will be in the content area. So whatever the padding I will apply, that will be applied in this area, padding area. Then whatever I apply, padding will be applied after the content, and border will be applied above the padding. And whatever the margin we apply, right, that will be applied to whole this section. Okay, so this is the order we need to remember. I know, like, some of you got like, you won't get anything unless and until we see the visual properties. For example, this is a paragraph, right? Let's remove this one. Let's use div. I will write something like learning box model. Okay, now I will apply some class to this one. Okay, something box. I have not written anything, let it be there. Okay, now if you go to document here, you can see this one. When I inspect element, when I go to my div, when I click on this one, you can see the blue area, right? Can you see the blue area?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that blue area is a content area. Why this is a content area? Because the content resides in that area, right? For example, if you go scroll down, you will get a box here. Can you see the box here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the box here? So this is a content area. See, when I click on this one, right, blue area, what is the height and width it is taking? Height, width it is taking 1178 pixel. 1078 pixel total width it is taking, and height it is taking 18 pixel. Can you see the content?
Yes, sir, we can.
And same thing you can see in the box. By default, when you write something within the HTML element, that element, that's why we call it a block level element, complete width, and it is taking complete width of the screen, and it, that is called content area. And what is the padding? Do you have padding here?
No.
See, when I hover on the content, it is select giving the blue color as a content. When I hover on the padding, we don't have a padding, we don't have a margin, we don't have a border. Can you see? We don't have anything. Now let's go. That is a, let's create a selector, class selector. Now I will give padding as a 10 pixel bottom, top, bottom, 10 pixel left, 10 pixel right, 10 pixel left. Okay. Now if you come and hover on the content, this is the blue area. When I hover the padding, which is the padding area now? Tell me.
The square border one. Gray.
Yeah, we applied padding everywhere. Like, which is the area? The area which is in green color, right? See, when I applied a padding, the box size becomes bigger. Now, before the only this is the area, right? Especially the content area. Now, for the content, I am applying the padding also. Now, the box becoming bigger. For example, I can make this one as a 50 pixel. Okay, for example, remove this one. Let's give some background color. We'll get to know. What I will give is something blue violet. Okay. Now, this content area is the only the total width of the p, right, div, right? For example, see, the blue area and the content area, nothing differs. Correct? Anything difference is there in the blue area, in the content area? No, right? Because the only the how much content is there, that much only the space it is taking. Width, not width is exceptional. Why? It is a block level element, it takes complete width. I'm speaking about the size. How much content is there, height, that much only it is taking, right? Height. And width it is
Yes,
taking
sir.
complete. And if I apply the background also, it will apply for only the content area, because that is the, we have a padding 0, border 0, margin 0. And if you see the size 1178, okay. And if you click on the div element, the size is 1178 and height is 18.6. Now I will apply the padding. So what happens now? Tell me. Size of the box increases, decreases, remains same. What happening?
Increases.
Increases.
Increases, right? Now, if I hover on this one, what is the size of the total div?
1178, 18, 180, 18 only.
If you remember, before what is the height?
1178.
18
Height,
point something.
18. 18.
width remains same, right? Because it is a block level, it occupies complete width. I'm speaking about the height here. So what is the height before? It was 18, right? If you comment here, padding, what is the height? You see here, what is the height?
18.
18.
Now, when I apply padding, what is the height now?
Same.
18.667.
One year, not there. You can see the box. That is
118.
118. Yeah, 118.
so guys, don't confuse. The content area remains same. The content area will be same. I have not changed the content. When I apply the padding, the box size get increases because the padding see, you can see the padding, right? 50, 50, 50, 50. So totally 50, 50, how much?
100.
100 plus 18?
118.
118.
So what is the size, the height of the box now?
118.
180.
118.
Got it? Got it or not?
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
total height of the box includes border, padding, content area. Remember this one. Total width of the box includes everything. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you see computed here, and if you see the width remains constant because it is a block level. Height, what is there? 18. The content area it will show. The content is remains same. Still, if you click on the content, the blue color, this is the content area, right? This is what I'm saying. The content area is this much only, and the padding is the outer area. What if you give the padding, the box will increase inside. Clear? You know, right? What is increasing in the
Yes, sir.
inside?
Yes, sir.
If I reduce the padding to something like, and how to remember this one? This is the big challenge, especially to remember this one, right? Now, if I change like this, you can see the height vertically it is 50, horizontally how much padding? 20, right? You can
Yes,
see.
sir.
So how to remember this one? To remember this one, there is a shortcut. TRBL, trouble. TRBL, top, right, bottom, left. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clockwise.
Yes, sir.
Top, right. What is top? What is the top
Top
padding?
of the box.
Top of
50.
the
Top of the box.
What is the right padding?
20.
Right side.
Not top of the box, guys. It is a padding formula to give the padding in a order.
Yes. Yes,
It is
sir.
not.
Yes.
It is a padding is an area. I have showed you here also, right? Padding is a area that is inside the block level element only. It is the area after the content. If you increase the padding, the content, the box will become what? Bigger, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So T, top padding is 50, right padding is 20, bottom padding is 50, left padding is 20.
20.
That's the short form. I have clockwise TRBL, trouble. Okay. So this is the way to remember that one. Now I will remove this one. Okay. Now tell me what is top, what is right, what is bottom, what is left.
Top is 50.
Top is 50.
Right is 20.
Bottom 50, left 0.
Left 0. Okay. Now if you come here, what is left here? Someone please can you go on?
20.
Yeah. 20. Why? If you remove one property, if I remove one property, then basically I'm removing left. Then that time it will take whatever there is for right. If I remove right, okay, now which is this one? This is bottom, right? If I remove bottom, it will take whatever there for top. So now top and bottom is 50, right and left is
20.
20. You can verify that one here. See, top and bottom is 50, right and left is 20. Now again, if I remove this one also, what does that mean? All top, right, bottom, left, everything is
50
50.
pixels.
50 pixel. Can you see here?
Yes, sir.
So now I will reduce this one to 10. So here now we studied which one content area is the by default area. How much the content is there, that much amount of height it will take. Width is anyhow, it is a block level, it will take complete width. That is a content area. Second one is a padding area. The beside area of the content is a padding area. When we increase the padding, the boxes will get what? What will happen when you increase the
Increase.
increase, right? Now we have studied these two things. Let's give border. Let's make this one as a 20 only. Now I will apply border. So first it will take what? 5 pixel width, then it will take solid, then gold. Okay, I like gold very much, so I am using the gold color. Okay, now you can see what is the border area? This one, right? What is the border width we are given?
5.
5.
So it occupied like 5, right? You can see the here complete border in the gold color. Now if I hover on to know the complete width in the element HTML elements, right? Just place the cursor on that one. What is the area it is taking? 60?
68.
68 is the height, right? How it is 68? Can anyone tell? Content area is 18. Okay, by default. Then what is the padding?
20.
40 padding.
40.
40. Okay,
Padding
40 plus 18.
and plus 10.
See,
58
here
plus 10, 68.
18. 18 plus 20, 20, 40. So 40 plus 18, 58. 58 plus again 10, where it is coming?
Border 5 plus 5.
5 plus 5.
Border, sir.
58 plus 10.
68.
So now you got right. Increasing
Yes,
the
sir.
border or increasing the padding, increase the content. Not the box, complete the box size increases. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes.
I will take another div. Okay, same width. This color is not looking good. I'm very bad at giving the colors. Okay, now tell me this borders, this one, let's hide the border also for as of now. And now see, these two things are overlapping, right? So what is the padding here?
20.
Which is the padding area? Gray color area, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And if I go this element, what is the padding we have?
Same 20.
20.
So total, how much padding is there in between these two things now here? The space
40.
40, right? Clear? Everyone,
Yes,
no
yes.
doubts, right?
Yes, sir.
See, this is still here. It is like we are not giving border also, margin also, so it is 40. Now second element, if I take, so what is it is taking? Again, it is taking 40. Okay, now to understand the difference of the margin, now I will give first, let's comment this one. Now I will give margin as 10 pixel. What happens? When I give the margin, what happened?
It divides the content.
Divide, sir.
Okay, now let's hover on the element. What is the height we have? What is the height of the box?
58.
58.
What is the height of
58.
the box?
58, same.
Okay, if I go to
58, sir,
this
same.
box, what is the content height? 18 remains same. What is the padding we have given? 20. So 20, 20, what? How much? 40.
40.
40 plus 18, 58. We have not given the border, but we have given the margin. But why the height is not increasing? I have given the margin. But see, 20, 20, 40 plus 58, that's it, right? But I have not given the border 0. So 58 plus 0, 58. But I have given margin 10. But why the box sizes remains same? Tell me.
Margin
Anyone?
does not include in the elements.
Exactly. So margin doesn't count in the box model because margin is always used to move the content away from another box. What I'm saying is give the margin to this box with reference to the body tag. So from the body tag, 10 pixel top margin, 10 pixel. To just move away from another HTML element, we use margin. Margin doesn't count in the box model height and width. It will be in the box model property only, but it doesn't increase the size, height and width of the box. Clear? So margin doesn't impact on the height and width of the box. Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
So this is called box model. Another beauty of the margin is a collapsible property. Anyone guess what is that one? Collapsible. Collapsible. Why margin is collapsible? For example, if I hover on that one, till where the margin is there, till the beginning of this box, right?
Yes, sir.
If I hover margin area, till beginning of this box, there is a margin for the first div. And if I take second div and if I take the margin, same margin both are sharing, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So that is
Yes,
called
sir.
that is called
Collapsible.
collapsible property. If the both siblings are both two paragraphs or two divs or two HTML elements, same margin, then it will be collapsible and treated as a one. See, this is 10 pixel. So the distance between these two boxes, how much?
10.
10, sir.
Clear? Now, if I make this is editable. If I make padding 0 left, so it will start from the exact border, right? Can you see here? I made it 0. It will start from the here. So if I change to 10, we are directly applying to the DOM here. Can you see? But it doesn't impact in the code. So now, if you see the second div, right? It is starting from where? Beginning, right? Because padding is what?
0.
0. So padding is 0 pixel. That's why it is starting from the beginning. Now you got right how to place the content within the paragraph, how to apply the background color, where the padding will reside, where the margin will set. Sometimes students will call and ask me, sir, I am giving margin 50 pixel, but the box size is not increasing. There is no space between the content and the within the content. Why? What you need to apply? If you want to achieve, for example, if I remove the padding, it looks like this, right? Both are look like this, and I want a space within the box. If I want to view the space, so what I need to do?
Padding.
Padding.
Padding, right? And if I give the margin, what will happen? It will move away from that parent box. If assume that if I give margin as 80 pixel, the box size remains same, but only that it moves, right? Moves throughout the body. The distance between,
Salman,
yeah,
what if those two have different margins? And will
yeah,
they collapse?
yeah, very good question. So this is a very good question. So sir always ask one question I had. Now I am about to teach that one. You will ask that question. Yeah, I will tell you. So yeah, that is a very good question, sir. So what I am saying is I will use box one now. So margin is 10 pixel. Background I have given. Padding also I will give here something. Okay. Now I'm taking this one, and I will give margin as a 20 pixel. Okay. Now I will give background color for this box is something like magenta is there. Yeah. Okay. Now if I hover on the first box, what is the margin? It is taking 10. If I hover on the second box, margin is taking 20. So now, sir, I think you can only answer it now. Now, how much margin it is collapsing now?
10 pixel.
Yeah. So by default, the distance between these two tags is how much? 20 only.
20.
But in the 20, the 10 is of this first box.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you wanted to give the margin, right, give like this margin bottom 10 pixel, and if you give here margin, so it is basically combination of like this, guys. 10 pixel top, 10 pixel what bottom, 10 pixel right, 10 pixel left, 10 pixel bottom, and 10 pixel left. Yeah, trouble. So instead of giving like this, I am giving in a single short form. I said right, trouble, TRBL. Remember this one. So 10 pixel. So now see, this only takes margin. Now I can make this one only margin top 10 pixel, margin top 10 pixel, and I will give margin left and right. Right. You can give like this also. I said right. You can give individually or you can give a short front. Now what is margin bottom? I'm given 0. Now if you see, still there is a distance. When I comment this distance, it go on merge. Clear. And if you remove the background color, right, you won't see that they are merging. You see that there is a difference. If I comment the background color, right, it looks like okay, there is a difference, but actually they are both are like attached, because we are not giving the background color and we are not seeing that okay how much width that is taking. That is the reason I am applying the background, so that we know that how much the space it is taking. We are still like in HTML, what we study is like we will write h1, it is occupies complete width, and we'll start in a new line. Why we start in a new line? It occupies complete width. That is the first thing. Second thing, we don't know how much width it is occupying, right? When you apply background, we'll get to know how much width it's occupying. So this is all about the basics of box model. Any clarification? Applying the margin, applying the padding, applying the colors. So what we have covered so far is colors, different types of colors. RGBA, A stand for alpha, and the transparency lies in 0 to 1. Second thing is a hexadecimal. Then we give the colors in hexadecimal. Limitation of hexadecimal is we can't give the transparency. Then we studied background color, how we apply, and the border, how we apply, and especially the big concept which we studied is the box model. In the box model, increase in the padding, what will do? Increase in the padding and the border, what will do? Guys, I'm asking you only. Increase in the
It will
padding,
increase the box.
increase the box size, right? So increasing the margin will move the element away from the other element. Remember this one, please. Like observe like what I'm saying. Applying the margin will increase the element away from another element. It is like social distancing. Margin will do. Easy way to remember. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Actually, that should be a physical distancing. The word is like only wrong. We can't call social distancing. Yeah. Remember that one like this. Okay. Clear? Any doubts in the box model?
No, sir.
Now I think you got an idea about like how we need to do the assignments. Your guys are doing the assignments, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
want you guys to struggle. I want guys to see when you know the pen, that time you will like understand that okay. So when you learn the concept, you will enjoy it. That is the way I have given the assignment. If you not taught the basics also, I have given that one. Why? Because I want you guys to know that one. So okay. So I will remove this one also. I know I don't need this one. So margin is collapsible. Remember this one. Adding doesn't, but margin that do that one. Okay. Now let's coming back to this one. Okay. So apart from that one, anything I'm missing? No, I think. Okay. So we studied padding, margin, and this one. Okay. Okay. Size of the visible box. Okay, visible box. Okay, we need to study this one. Okay, let's do something. There is a learning box model is there. Like okay, I will change to learning CSS. Okay, I have changed this one to learning CSS. Okay, now I have a padding, I have a background color. Okay, so everyone can able to hear me, right? There is no
Yes,
network.
sir. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thanks. If anyone faces that one, please ping me or call me. Okay,
Sure, sir.
okay, fine. Yeah. So what I'm saying is okay. This is like margin. We can apply in single short form like this margin. I have said okay. So margin 10 pixel. And given padding is 20 pixel. If I go this one, yeah, in the box, and there is a content within that box. Fine. So what I wanted to cover is important topic. So whatever the padding, whatever the content height and width, it will be the size of the visual box, right? So whatever we are seeing, this box size we will get to know. When we go to the inspect element, click on that one, we'll get the height 58. But we see let's start something like this. Okay, so I will remove everything. Fresh, I will give some width is equal to 200 pixel. Okay, then height is equal to 100 pixel. Okay, now if you go and see, nothing is, it looks like nothing applied, but if you see here, it has been applied, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
that is the reason I will usually give the background color, aqua. Okay, now, okay, so what is the width and height of the box?
200 and 100.
What is width? Width is 200, height is 100.
100.
Let's make square. Okay, now width is 200, height is also
200.
but still it is a block level element. We are forcing the content area to be 200, but if I add another box, right, it will come in next line only. Why? It is a block level element. See, it is coming in next line. Okay, but I am forcing the box size to this much. You will thinking like that, right? For example, I will tell you what is happening here. I've given width and height, right? Lorem. Okay, let's make 100 now so that we can understand easily. So, what is happening?
Just
What?
the 100.
It is overriding.
Overflow.
Yeah.
So now tell me, it is a block level element. It has a complete width. If you select the element, it occupies complete width. But why still it is taking only the 100 pixel width and it is overflow happening?
Because we have predefined that width.
We have two different width and height, but still it is taking the complete width of the block level element. So this is some major thing, guys. Many developers will go wrong in here. I say, right, usually the CSS is very easy to learn, and to get expertise it will take a lot of time. Because we need to know it will look like a very easy, it is like a volatile. Now I am teaching, you guys are learning, it is look like a very easy. When you design the websites, right, that time you need to keep all these things in mind. For example, if I go to box model, what is the content height and width we have given here?
100 by 100.
100 into 100.
Do we are specifying the height of the width, height and width of the box, or are specifying the content of the box?
Content.
Content of the
Content of the
Content
box.
size, right? We are not specifying the total width of the box. We are specifying the content width and
Height of the box.
height of the box. That is the reason it is taking only that much height and width for the content, and rest of the thing is going overflow. Got it? Now, if I do, okay, let's add something. Like I will remove some of the area. Now, okay, I will remove something of the text. I don't want to. Okay, this is the area. Okay, now I will apply here padding. Padding 20 pixel. Box size grows, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Then I will give border 5 pixel. Solid. Salomon is the color. Okay, now again the box size increases. So what is the now box size? What is the box width and height?
200. 100.
100, right? Width is 100, height is 100. Then what is the padding?
20.
20.
What is the border?
5.
5
What is the total? If I select, what is the total width and height?
125.
150.
150.
150.
100 plus
150.
20 plus 20 plus 5 plus 5. How much?
150, sir.
150, right?
150.
So now it is 150 and 150, right? But I don't want these guys, because whenever I give width and height, right, it should take the complete box width and height, right? Especially, it should not take the content, right?
Yes, sir.
If I am saying that sometimes we need a box, right? Especially, I assume that we were building a game, we need a square box of width 100 and 200. And if you increase the padding and something, it should not increase. We should limit that one. How can we do that one? How can we do that one is using the CSS very important property. This is very important, guys. That is called box sizing. By default, the box sizing is content box. Box sizing, and I will give border box. Now, When I give the border box, what is the height and width? Content height and width. What is the content height and width?
50.
What is the total box height and width?
100.
100. 100 and 200.
Now, when you give the box sizing as a border box, the padding and the border plus the content width and height, everything will be subtracted from the width and height which we will pass. So what I'm saying is my width is 100%, height is 100%. In that height and width, padding is 20 pixel. In that height and width, border is 5 pixel. So in the 100, if you remove 20, how much?
80.
80.
Width will be applied on the both sides. Padding will be applied on the both side, right and left. So 20, 20, 40. So what will be remain?
60.
Getting width means complete width, right? So in the width means complete width from here to here. In that one, padding area is how much?
20, sir.
20.
Guys, seriously, how much padding area?
40. 40.
40. 40.
Padding will apply
Okay,
in
20
all
plus.
direction, right? In the width, how much it is? 40, right? Left 20, right 20.
Yes,
You
sir.
can see here, right? Left 20, right 20. So if you minus 100 minus 40, how much?
60.
60.
Same border also applies from the two sides, right? You can see here 5, 5 for
10.
width. Then how much? 10. 60 minus 10.
50.
50.
So what is the now width? Content width.
50.
50.
Border box total width.
100.
100.
100.
Getting now you increase how much ever the padding. The boxes will increase or not? Won't increase. Why? We have given the box sizing as what?
Border box.
Box sizing as border box. By default, box sizing is a content box. See, if I add this one, so basically, whenever you want to write the CSS, use a universal selector and give for all the elements box sizing as by default border box. That time you no need to give here. Clear?
Salman, can you repeat this once again? This border boxing.
Okay. So basically, if you don't give the border box, what is the width now and height? This width and height only applies to the content area. What is the content area? I think you guys know, right? What is the content area? Now, see the width and height. Okay, I need to comment this one. Okay. So now width and height is 100, padding is 20, so it is 140 plus 10, 150. So if I hover on that one, the width and height is 150 into 150. As the padding increases, the box is becoming the large and the box height and width increases. But whatever we are supplying the width and height, it is applies only for content area. It doesn't limit the box size. Box size will always depend upon the total, all these constraints. One is padding and then the border and the width and height. If you want to make the box should be exactly 100 pixel, whatever we pass padding, it should not apply, it should not increase the box size. That time we are need to pass the property as a box sizing as a border box. When you pass box sizing as a border box, the box will remain 100 pixel only, width and height. Whatever the padding, that will be subtracted within that 100 pixel of the width and height.
So then the content size will decrease, right?
Yeah, gradually it should decrease, right? Where should we take that size? That is called border box, right? So by default, the border, if I give content, by default in the browser, that will be like content box. Content box is in the word only it is there. Box is in content box means whatever the width and height you pass, that will be applied for content box. So what I am passing is now box sizing. I am passing border box. What is border box is like? Whatever the width and height we are passing, that should take including padding and border. If you don't pass, a complete height and width will be 100. So content height width will be 100. If I pass, that will be separated from the content area. So this is about the, so especially this is a good thing, right? When we want to design something, we want it to pass width and height by ourselves. We don't want to depend on external factors, right? So that is the reason. What I'm saying is like always use box sizing as a border box. So to make border box, we need to use universal selector because we can't write for all the elements. Assume that we have 1,000 tags here, div, paragraph, image, everything. I can't make all the elements as a border box going and property. So that's the reason universal selector come into picture. So that by default, all the elements of the HTML will have a box sizing of border box. So
Sir,
now,
you said universal is lowest specificity than the class selector. If we give padding in a class selector, then it will automatically take the padding, sir, like universal.
yeah. So again, so you guys again got confused with the border box. Guys, this is a property. This is not a padding. For example, okay, let me repeat once again. Please don't get confused with the whatever I'm explaining before with that one only and with this one only. Okay, guys, I have a box. I am passing a width and height of 100. Now, and I will pass background color. Blue. Now, what is the content? Okay, first of all, tell me in the box model, tell me which are the areas we have.
Padding border.
Padding.
Padding, border, margin.
Padding bottom.
Not bottom, guys. Padding. First, you left the basics thing in the box model, which is that one, content area. What is the content area? The actual
Text.
how much the content is taking, that is called content area, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the content area here, guys? If you see this box model, what is the content area?
100.
100 into 100.
Into 100.
Why I am passing 100 into 100 here? If I pass 200 and into 200, what is the content area?
200.
200. Okay, now this is fine. Now this is 100 into 100. You got right. Now I apply padding here. Padding 20 pixel. So it will apply in all sides. So what will be the okay, before applying the padding, let me know when I hover on the this one, what is the height and width of this box?
100 into 100.
100. Why you are not adding the border and padding?
Because we are not given it yet.
Okay, if you are not given the what will be the padding on the border?
0.
Zero.
So okay, now for the same thing I'm giving padding 20. Now tell me what is the whenever I add the padding, what's happening? See, when I add the padding here, box is like this. When I add the padding, what's happening here? What is happening,
Box size
guys?
increases, sir.
Let's do something like this, guys. You guys are like getting confused, means like please like keep on the point which I'm saying. When I give the padding, what happens? Box size increases. So what is the content area now?
Same, 100 into 100.
100 into 100. But why the box size is increasing?
Because of
Because
padding.
of padding.
Because of padding.
Okay, now the box size is increasing because of the padding. Okay, now I will give the border also around 5 pixel now. Gold. Now what is now if I ask you guys how it is 150, can you guys explain?
Content, padding, and margin both are added.
Padding.
Oh, border.
Okay, now if I ask anyone developer, fresher, I have a box, I have given the width and height 100. What he will think? What is the size of the box he will think?
125.
No, he will say that 100 into 100.
100 into 100, yes.
He will say that, sir, we are passing width 100, height 100, then the height and width should be 100. It is not like more than that one. Why then we are passing width and height? I need to say him, see, this is width and height is the height will target to the content. I written right. Always the width and height applies to the content, not for the complete box. If you add a border and padding, the box size keep on increasing. But this is a very bad behavior sometimes when we are working on the websites. I don't want to make the padding and border to apply externally. I wanted to subtract within the width and height, the padding and the margin. By default, the border box sizing is content box. That is the reason the box size is now become 150 and 150. But I wanted to limit the box size to width and height to 100 pixel. How can I do that one is, first of all, you need to change the box sizing property to border box. That time, what will happen is the total box, when you specify border box, right? The meaning is till the border area. Till the border area, if you go to the box model, till the border area is in our control, right? The margin is the outer side area. It will be like the distance between the other content. Border box means till here, the width and height should be 100 pixel. When we pass external like border and padding, right, that will subtract, that need to be subtracted from the width because the box using is border box. If I go here now, in the document here, and if I click here, what is the height and width?
100.
And now if you go here, what is the content width this is taking?
50.
50.
It has been reduced. Why? Because we are passing the padding and the border, right? It is a border box. It is subtracting from the content area. See, now before, if I change to the content box, the box, if I change this one, the box size is 150. If I add this one, the box sizing is what?
100.
100. So this is the concept of box sizing. This is clear. Forget about the universal selector. Is this clear or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Cleared.
Whenever we want to pass width and height and we are specifying some size, if you want to limit the box size to that one only, while apply, if the border and padding should not take the more size, it should take from with that one only, you need to make box sizing as a border box. By default, in every aspect of the designing, for every element, for example, I have another div. Okay. So let's take an example. Div.class. Okay, now I will give this one as a box 2. Okay. Now learning CSS. Okay. Now what I will do is I will remove the background color for time being. Okay, I'm writing a universal selector. I will give background color as something like aquamarine. Now tell me what is the background color of a box 1, background color of a box 2, what is the background color of a body? Tell me.
It will be complete aquamarine. Page will be aquamarine.
Why?
Because they have not specified width and height.
No, we are given width and height.
Now the universal selector is more weighted.
Universal selector.
Basically, what is this one means? Universal selector, what does it says is apply background color property to each and every element of a HTML tag and make that one background color aquamarine. If you go and check here, right? See, this is our box. It has a background color div and it also has a background color div. Background color aquamarine, it also has a background color aquamarine, and body also has a background color aquamarine. That is the reason we can't able to distinguish, right? Because universal selector. Now to override this one, I will pass for this box background color as something opposite of that one is what is the opposite of aquamarine? Something I will pass as a like brown. Now tell me who asked this question. Someone asked like universal selector will least priority. Now tell me here for the box which selector is applying, like especially in terms of background color, it is taking from universal selector or it is taking from the
class. It is taking from class.
Why?
Because it has more priority.
Specificity.
Yeah, specificity. Now I will write a dot box 2. And for box 2, I will give the color as a blue. Now, if I go, what is the color it is taking now?
Blue.
Color.
Blue.
So, if I hide this one, what is the color it is taking?
Learn more
Aqua.
Don't say it is not taking any color, it is taking aquamarine, right?
Yes.
If you hover on this one, and if you see the property, it is taking from where? Aquamarine.
Universal selector.
Universal.
Now, what I said for you guys was, I don't want to pass box sizing for this one also, and I don't want to pass box sizing for this one also, 2 times. So that is the reason what I am doing is, I will remove the box, I will comment the box sizing, I will place this one for universal selector. So by default, what does it mean? All the elements which has the box sizing, by default has a box sizing for all the elements. Apply border box. And you saying, right, it has a list specificity. Yeah, I agree, it has a list specificity unless and until you come and do it here content box. If you come and do content box, then only it will behave as a content box.
Got
If you're
it.
not overriding this property itself, then what is the matter of specificity here? What I'm saying is, boss make for all the elements within the HTML box sizing as a border box. Done. Unless and until you come and override this one, you will, the specificity is not. See, you are running a race, you are the person alone, you are running, then you are the winner, you are the loser, and you are the everything. When another person comes, the comparison will start. We are writing in universal selector, no comparison, it will apply for all the properties. If you coming and applying here, then what specificity matters. Okay, here also there is box here, and here also there is a box sizing. Now which should it need to take? It should take the which one is specified in the class selector. Now it is taking content size. See, and if I remove this one content box, it is taking border box from the default universal selector. See, don't confuse the selectors and with the other properties. These are the properties which I am explaining, and I am making for all the elements box sizing as a border box. Clear?
Salman, if we use border box, then it has a disadvantage, right? If I increase the padding in border box selection, then that will decrease my content area.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, my content will overlap with the border with the padding then.
Yeah, exactly, sir. So that is the next concept which I'm going to cover. We are not going to use pixel for height and width, first thing. But I am covering the basics line by line. That is a question, sir. I will answer today, maybe or tomorrow. Yeah, that is a good question.
Okay.
But we want box for this one only. But I'm covering the properties which will be you guys should know. Clear? Any doubts, guys?
Instead of giving box sizing, sir, we can give directly width and height how much we want. It will be small, right?
Okay, again the same question. Anyone can want to answer this question? Why I am giving the box border?
But to apply for all those classes.
Apply for all the classes, sir.
No, man.
No, to get the same height and width. What we give.
Guys. I'm not asking the selector. I'm asking what is the advantage of box sizing? What if we not give the box sizing?
If we give box sizing, it will fix the size to that one. It will not change it. Only the pad.
It will include the
if you're not giving the box sizing, if you're not giving the box sizing, then what will happen is when you apply padding and border, right, it will increase the box size. If you're giving the box sizing, padding and margin, not margin, padding and border will be subtracted from the width and height. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Asya, your question is not related to the box sizing itself. I am giving same thing what you are asking. I am giving the fixed width and height only, na 500 and 500. I'm giving, see, I made 500 and 500. How much width and height you want, you can give. The matter here is whether related to the border and the padding. Whether you want to include this border and padding additional to the box height and width, or you want to subtract from the height and width. That is the matter here. It is not the matter of what you are passing, how much width and height. Guys, if you want, I can repeat once again. Box sizing as a border box is to give the to specify the how we want to apply the border and the padding. Whether we should include in the width and height, or whether we should subtract from the width and height. Whether we wanted to see, if you're not giving the box sizing as a border box, again I'm repeating, if you're not giving the box sizing as a border box, when you apply the border and the padding, the width and height also get increases, because by default box sizing is a content box. What does it mean by content box is wherever the width and height you supply, that will be applied only for the content area of the box model, not the border and the padding. To make sure that we apply box sizing as a border box, we wanted to apply the padding and the margin within that width and height. So this width and height should be the complete width and height of the box. We should not want to increase the box sizing. That time you wanted to give box sizing as a border box. Again, for example, guys, do some meditation. Observe this box model for 2 minutes. Hope you got an idea, right? What is content area, what is content box, what is border box?
Content.
So now, for example, after you ask, right, why we wanted to do, for example, let's take an website. Oh, not this one. Access 101 access dot in. For example, designer will tell you the width and the height of this one. The width and the height of this background, the header is there, right? That should be height should be only 200 pixels. Or for example, take this card. This guy has designed me website. He's also our student. What he said was, okay, now I will take the cursor. See, now, so now assume that this card size is 400 into 300. Width is 400, height is 300. And within that box, we wanted to give padding and margin. Okay, now designer want the box of exact width of 400 and 300, including the padding and the border and everything. Now tell me, if I don't give the box as a border box and I pass width and height as a 300, 400 and border as a 1 pixel and padding as a 10 pixel, then what will happen of the card size?
Increases.
It gets increases.
Then designer will yell at me and he will scold me that, Salman, I have designed the card with a border of 1 pixel of the padding of 10 pixel and total box width is 400 into 300, but your box size is 411 into 311, not 411, not 422 into 322. This is wrong. That time what I need to do? Tell me.
We have to use
Border
box
box.
sizing.
Got it now? Why we wanted to use box sizing as a border box?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank God. Hopefully you got. Okay, now this is the case where we need to use box sizing as a border box. If we are given as a content box here, what will happen? It will be not a 300 into 400 pixel, this card size. This will be like beyond the size of the whatever designer has given. Clear? Any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Now also
Yes,
any
sir.
doubts in the box sizing?
No, sir.
Now for that card, especially for that card, if I pass padding and border, it will subtract from height and width. And it is a rule. If you wanted to have a proper thing, you need to give this one. This is a rule. Box sizing as a border box. Otherwise, that will take randomly padding, border, and everything. That will be in going in irregular sizes. Clear? And talking about the complete content overflow, that is different thing. That will cover we later. Any doubts still here?
No, sir.
No.
No.
Okay, now when I give the assignment and I will give that, sometimes I will give the designs. I will say that, okay, guys, you design this box of size 300 and 400, and that within that box there will be like padding at the border. That time you need to give the box sizing as a border box, right? Otherwise, the box size will be like 400 plus and 300 plus. That is the wrong thing, right? When I explicitly say that the box should be size of this one, that should be that one only, right? That time you need to use that one. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Again, this doubt should not arise in your mind. Why we are using, what is this box model and everything. Okay, now, so what is the concept I got? This one. if you want to calculate properly the height and the width, we need to use the box sizing only. Otherwise, if you're not using the box sizing, for example, I want to make 500, you need to calculate externally. 20 means I wanted to make 500, you need to calculate like this. Okay. So I will only ask the question for you guys. Assume that box sizing is border box is 0. But I have not given anything. By default, box sizing is what? By default, box sizing is what, guys?
0.
No, not 0. Content box.
500.
550.
550, right? Who said?
550, sir.
But I hope so.
Yeah, it is 550 now. Width is 550, height is 550. Now tell me, I want to make 500 without using box sizing. Now I need to take the calculator and I need to do manually. So how much? 20, 20, 40. 40 I need to subtract from the width. 40 plus again 10, 50. Then I need to give 450. Whether 450 width and 450 height. Now tell me, to make this one 500, I need to subtract this one, this one, this one. This is a good thing. Or just giving the 500, automatically telling these guys CSS only to subtract everything is good thing. Got it?
Yes.
If you're not using box sizing as a border box, you need to take the calculator, you need to calculate everything, and you need to subtract and you need to give the proper things. That is a very bad thing and annoying. Use border box. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so I have tried my level best to explain the border box. If you guys still have a doubt, I think you need to depend upon the Google. It is very simple. Think in a simple way, understand the concept. It will be very easy for you guys. Okay, and now, okay, fine. Clear, right? No doubts, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it would be there. So yeah, I will remove this one also. I will remove this style also. Okay, we have a div on this one. I will write a new div here. Okay, now I will give the width 100 pixel. Height also 200 pixel. No. Okay, second way is coming. Okay, we have this one. So, what is the height and width, guys? What is the height and width? 200, right? Even if we are not giving any padding, so height and width is because we have given the box sizing as a border box. Okay, now I will write a span. What type of element div?
Block.
Div is what type of?
Block line.
Okay, I have given the span, learning HTML. Okay, for this span, I will apply the class as something like product. Okay, product I have given. So what I will give is product. I will give something like height 300 pixel, width pixel, background color. I will give something like hot pink. Okay. Now product, right? I have applied here. Okay. So why the width and height is not taking? See, the only if I hover on the span element, right? The content area only we are taking. It is not taking the width and height. If I click on that one, what is the height? 18 only it is taking. Why it is not taking the height and width? What is the width and height? If you hover 115 into 18, why it is not taking 300 into 300?
Because it is a line
Span is an inline.
inline
Yeah.
element.
So we can't apply width and height to inline elements. To apply the height and width to inline elements, yeah, we have an inline, we have a block, right? We can convert the block level into inline, and we can convert inline to the block level. How can we do that? One is there is a property called display. Again, this is I'm all explaining this today, all the properties. Display, I will make this one as a block. Now go and check what is becoming. So what is the type it is now?
Block.
So we are making span as a block level element. Here, if I go and make display as inline, automatically show that it is an inline, we can't apply. So what happening? Block is becoming inline. So by default, for box, tell me, like this is a question for you guys. By default, for all the block level elements, what is the display property?
Blocks.
For all the inline elements, what is the display property?
Inline.
To make this one block or inline block, so I will make this one as an inline block. So it will have a property of both inline and both block level also. That is called inline block elements. So what is the advantage of making inline block? I will make this one also as an inline block. It will have a both property. That means if I make this one as an inline, right, inline block, it will have a both the properties and the box will come beside. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes.
So yeah, this is also one important thing. Okay. Any doubts? Give me a second. Yeah. So when you make it as a display as an inline block, right, it will behave as a block also, inline also. How it is behaving inline is first thing. It occupy only the space how much it is required. That is the inline behavior, right? That is inline behavior, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much space it is needed for this one box? 200 into 200. So that is taking only 200 into 200. Then block. It is taking block means it is taking everything, right? Padding, margin, and everything. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it is taking both. So that is the like inline block difference. So here also same thing. So that's why it is taking. If I remove this one, right? Just if I remove this one. Oh, I need to save. Yeah. By default, what is it is block? See, it is coming in next line. When I make inline block, what is it does mean is it will take padding margin also, and it will take only the inline means it will take only how much width and height we specify that one. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes.
It will take width and height, and it will behave inline also. Inline means how much width and height it is required, that much it will take. Clear? Because for span we can't apply the what?
Width and
Height and
Height and width.
Salman, block level element means it will take the entire width of the page, right?
But it is not now block, right?
Okay.
It is inline block.
So here inline, if you give inline block applies only to the complete box, including the content, margin, and padding.
Padding, yeah. Only that much space it will take. It won't take complete width of the screen. If you don't give that one, then it will take in complete width. If you see here, I need to say, yeah. See, it is taking 200, 300 only the width, but it is still on the complete line.
Okay.
Unwanted. We can't put anything on the beside that one. And if you make that one as an inline block, it takes both the things. One is it will take all the block level properties, what it will apply with height, padding, margin, everything. Plus, it will behave as an inline. Inline means how much it is needed, padding and margin, including everything. It is needed only 200, right? That much only it will take. So that
if we give only inline, then what happens?
Inline, if you give inline, it will become span. No padding, no margin, nothing.
Okay.
Only no width, no height, nothing. It will be like an inline.
Okay.
So this is a display property. Sometimes we need to make span we need to convert. There will be scenarios. You want to convert that one to this one to that one. That time you can use this one. This is also a very important concept. Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts, guys?
No.
No, sir.
It looks like nothing for you guys. When you practice, you will get to know a lot of things I have covered. It looks like a very easy thing. If you don't practice today, it will be volatile. Tomorrow, you nothing. Within 2 days, you will forget everything. If you practice it today, good and well for you. If you don't practice it, then you will be not become a better and better CSS like developer. To become an UI developer, you need to have a solid foundation on these things. There are a lot of things to cover. Let's go on next thing. Clear here? I will give a summary at the end. No need to worry. And one who missed today's class is right, big loss for him. I can't do anything. Why I started very slow is last 2 classes I wanted you to have some basic grip on the CSS. Now you know how to apply, how to do everything. Now I'm covering the advanced topic. Guys, whatever I have covered today's class, if you know these basics very well, then like to making the responsive site and everything very easy. Okay, so yeah, I have done this one. Inline block also done. Okay. Now, okay. So next, another important concept I will cover. Okay. So what I wanted to cover is, yeah, important, like for helpful for you guys for assignment, I think. Or I'll start a new concept. Yeah. So assume that I have a div. I will write a T3 div star 3. Div dot class name will be like okay, something like box star 3. What does it mean by this one? Can you even tell what I'm writing here? I'm writing
Div class 3 times.
div dot class div with a class name box 3.
Div tag 3 times.
Got it right? Now I will give this one the same properties. Now if I go, so how many boxes I'm getting?
3 boxes.
3 boxes, right? Now if I remove this one, okay, so where the boxes are? Is it 3 boxes or a single box? Overlap, right? To get that overlap, to get rid of the overlap, what I need to do?
Display property.
No. Box model property I need to supply.
Margin?
Yeah, exactly.
Margin.
Margin we need to pass. Great, guys. At least someone has answered. Okay. So I said, right, margin is to move away the social distancing from one another. Got right?
Yes, sir.
Whenever you heard the word social distancing, you remember margin. Or margin means that one. Okay. So 3 box. Why the box is not sitting beside?
We have not given
inline block. We have not given.
We have not given the display level.
No, display is block. That is the reason it is taking inline block. Not taking inline block, it is block. I have given the assignment. In that assignment, there are 2 boxes, right?
Yes,
side
sir.
by side. So how can we do that? In the CSS, there is a one important property called float. Okay, I'm covering the new topic. Float. Let it be there. These 2 boxes. Let's take a paragraph with a lorem dummy text. This is lorem ipsum is a dummy text. Don't never ever try to read that one. Okay, where the text is coming?
Below the box.
Okay, now I want the text to come from here. Okay, so you guys will say that, okay, do display inline block. Now, if I given display inline block, still the text is in the next line. Why? Anyone? Given display as an inline block, but still the text is in next line. Why?
So we should also give it to the paragraphs.
Yeah, exactly. P is also block level element, right? Okay. P is also block level element, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it needs complete occupy. If you say that there is a space also, it won't go and sit there. I'm block level element, I can't go there. It will say same thing happening here. Now if I'm targeting the P tag and I'm given inline block, still it is not going there. Why?
The class name.
not class name. Okay, I will give class as something like S.
To give height and width.
Okay, now see what is the display here? Inline block. Still, it is not going here. Why?
So we have to give span tag.
Span tag. No. Why? First reason is not given the width and height. By default, it will take how much content is there. Guys, what do you have to read content with box model? I have asked you to content.
Yeah.
What is the content? Content is big. So it is taking completely like that, right?
So the default is width is maximum.
Yeah, so that will not sit on. If you give like this, see it will come. You have to pass width and height, right? Otherwise, it will say that boss, I am very big, I can't sit on that one. So let me start from new line only. Even though it is an inline block, it won't sit here. Okay. So that one, remember that one. Okay. So now another thing what we can do is, I don't want to use these properties. There is something called float. So what the float will do is, I'm removing this test class also. I'm not applying anything for this paragraph tag. This is block only. Here, I will give as a float as a left. What happened? I didn't change to inline block or anything. Just I have given float as a left. What happened? What happened, guys?
Content goes to left.
Content goes to left. So basically, float left means in the complete body, this will be floating on the left. Which one? This box. And whatever the content is there, that will come and sit here. For example, I will make this one as 100. And I will give the margin like 5 pixels. Okay. Correct. Now, I will make this paragraph very big. Okay. How it is working, guys? See how much width is there it took, then it started in next line. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is called floating, the float property. But for example, we have done this one, right? I wanted to make this box as a right side. So what you need to do is you need to pass float as a right. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If we give float to the paragraph, then?
Yeah, I will cover that one. So if you want to give the float to the paragraph, it comes in a new line with the left, because we are not given the width and height. We need to give width and height also. So it will come in right. So this is a float. So for
Salman,
example,
we can use a side tag also, right? Here.
Yeah, this is one of the doubts they asked. In the last class, guys, what is semantic tags? Can anyone please? What is semantic tags, guys?
Header, footer, aside, main.
Oh no, like I'm asking the definition.
It's only like to give partitions to HTML tags.
Yeah.
Which has no action.
All the semantic tags, header, footer, aside, doesn't have any kind of a visual impact on the CSS or in the website. It is just to divide the section and to make the code more readable. We are using the semantic tags. Afia, you asked this question again that day, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm repeating again. Please, guys, remember this one. Semantic tags are the tags just for to make the content divide to say have the proper readability. That doesn't have any visual impact. If you give aside, it doesn't come beside. If you give footer, it doesn't come in a footer. If you give header, it doesn't come on the top. It doesn't have any properties applied to that one. It is just a semantic tag. That just what we say is like that just to create the search while searching in the Google, right, that will increase the search optimization. That's it. That doesn't do any kind of an impact. Okay. So for example, let's do something here. Let's repeat this box only, like to explain the float very in a beautiful manner. So I have how many float? Okay, I have given right. I will make it left. Muzamil sir, I think I have asked, like I have answered your question. Aside.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, can you see here? I have given 100 pixel background color, margin, float left. So that is the reason I have given the float left. The next box automatically coming in the beside right. I will make this one to 500. Oh, it is becoming big. Let's make 300. Correct. So now I have 3 box. Now if I add another one box and I add another paragraph here with the lorem if some text. So where the paragraph is going, guys?
Left.
Left.
To the
But
right of the border.
right of the border, right? See where the paragraph is sitting on the right. Why it is not coming below? Because we have given the float left property. These elements will be floated, guys. This is like a floating elements. You got right? What is the floating? These are like floating elements. These all are floating on the left side. 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth element. But if you do the content, all the content will go on the right side. For example, if I repeat the same tags, right? See, it comes here. Can you see? Somewhere we need to design that one. See, it is coming in that one. But this is not what I want expected. For example, what I want to do is, for example, let's take an example here. I made float, so that's the reason all the blocks are floating at the left side. Okay. See, all the blocks are floating on the left side. I want this last div is there, right? This one should not float, and this content should come in a beside here, not here. So that time, whenever we use the float, we need to clear that one. So how can we clear that one? This is a div, right? I want to clear here. So how can I clear is we need to write a new class, something like clear. Here I want to pass the clear property, and which one I want to clear? Floating left I wanted to clear. If I pass clear left, right, and we can apply multiple class names to the CSS. See, okay, it is saved. Okay, wait. Let me apply this clear property to the paragraph. So where it is coming now? Below, right?
Below, sir.
Below.
So what this float will do is it will float all the elements to the left. Okay. And whatever the content you give below that one, right, that will be floated around that element. If there is a space, little space also, that will float around that one. And to clear that one, we need to use a clear property, clear left. So using the clear left, we will clear the floating of that element. For example, what I will do is there is a float left right here. We have a div. I have given another float left. Let's take a new CSS. Box 1, box 2, box 3. Let's repeat this one. Box 1, float left. Again, I will do. Okay, now box 2. Box 1, box 2. Okay. Now tell me, where are my boxes? You can see only one box.
Box.
Overlap.
Why overlapping?
Because we have given float left for both.
Float left for all the 3 boxes, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want that next box to come beside, you need to clear that one. Okay. I think I need to give here colon, I think. Okay.
Salman, you have to give outside the double quote, I think.
No, sir.
Comma, sir.
Wait. Oh, not using the CSS.
Just give clear there.
Wait. I know that one.
Can you give ID now, sir?
Wait second, guys. Yeah, same thing we are giving. 3 and 4. Yeah, it should work. Clear. And now, yeah, it works. So now, actually, clear should be there for these two. Okay. Wait a second. Yeah. Oh, I got that. Yeah. So we have 3 boxes, but we have even float left. So all are overlapping together. So what we need to do is we need to clear after each float. We need to clear that so that it starts from the new position. So to clear that one, we need to write a empty div with a class clear. That time this will be floated around this one. Let's use right property here. Box one. Oh, you're playing anything. It's fine. Float left, we have given float right. Okay.
Give margins are there.
No, it's not about it's like float something. Box. Okay, class is not taking properly or what? Okay, yeah. Shit, guys. Basic mistake is I have not given the color right. How can we see the box if you don't give the color? You are scratching the head here. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. So I have given the 3 boxes and 3 boxes has 3 colors. Okay, now let's make 300 only. No one said me this one. I was like, I'm not passing the background color, so that's the box of symbol. See, this box doesn't have any content, guys. So that's why if you don't have colors, it will be by default background color is white. It will be invisible. Only for box one we have given without that is overlapping. Yeah. Okay, guys. See, now I have 3 boxes. For 3 boxes, I have given what color? 3 boxes is there. I have given float left. Okay. Now see, all are coming beside. If I take box 1 and I give right, so which is coming under right? The box which is there. Okay, now assume that I wanted to give this box again here. That will come here because it is coming on the right side. And if you want to clear this floating, because why want to clear the floating is, assume that I will add a paragraph here, right? When I add a paragraph, it will float around this box. That's why we call it as a float around this box. But I don't want to use this one floating. I want to clear that one. That time when you pass the class clear, it should clear the float. I will give both. See, when I clear both, left and right both will be cleared float, and it will come on next line. So this is like how the float will work. So basically, when you want to make the box float and the content you wanted to float around the text, you need to use a float property and give the float. Whenever you use the float, right? Remember one thing: you need to clear the float. Whenever you use the float, after that section, you need to clear the float. That then the size it will work properly. Otherwise, all the elements will float around this text, around this box. That is called floating. Here's also like new property. So we use very rarely. What the float will do is like assume that if I clear this one, these boxes are floating. So the content will float around these boxes only, as because these are floating boxes. So I wanted to make this one to start work properly as before. So that time we need to clear. So when we give clear, if you're using the left float, we need to give clear left. That time it will work properly. If you want to use right, we use right. Where we will use this one floating. Sometimes there will be scenario, right? You wanted to use the sidebars. You wanted to create a sidebars like this. That time you can use this one as a float. You can use the float extensively. Some assignments I will give you on the float. That time we'll get to know like where we can use the float exactly. But yeah, to make the boxes side by side, you can use a float property. And for that assignment which I shared you guys, right? github.com. What is that one? Access. Code one GitHub. So guys, this is a repo. I'm sharing in the link. All the assignments are here only. So go to the CSS and CSS1, the designs. Yeah, this is one we have given, right? So now tell me to make this one both beside, what you will do, you can do float left property and some of the things I wanted to cover here. If you give float left, both the area will be divided. Take the three boxes, first box, second box, third box. These two boxes give float as a left and give the background color. Okay. For example, what I'm saying is, let's have two box here. Box one, don't give width and height. Give height, don't give width. Okay. Then box and box one. Now if you go here, nothing is coming. Box and box one. Okay. Give a width of something. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I need to explain another one topic. If you guys already 10, 11, right? If you guys sit for another 10 minutes, I will cover, guys. Is it fine?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Sure,
Sure.
sir.
This
Okay,
is
sir.
important concept. Okay, float clear, right? No doubts in the float. Basically,
No,
the
sir.
float
No,
and
sir.
float around the elements. Okay, a lot of things are there in the notes. You can read about in the notes. So that is like one of the important concepts which I wanted to cover is. Okay.
Salman, if you want to get the boxes one below the other, then we can give float left and just put a BR break, let a line break there.
Yeah, just float left is enough to get one another.
One below the other, I'm telling.
One below the other, if you want to get, if float left, then clear it. Or by default, it is a block level, right? It will come one below one only.
No, we are getting float left one after the other. We're getting right in this.
No, we are not getting one after the other, sir. We're getting beside only. Okay. Okay, let me show you that one. I need to copy again. Okay, fine. Yeah, where I'm getting like not one above, one below the. I'm not getting one below this one.
So now the first one is box only box, then box one. Yeah, it is getting on side.
Beside.
Yeah, beside. So I want
Okay,
to get one below the other.
Don't give this one.
Yeah, can float.
Only float make that one. Okay, guys. So another important thing, I will cover this one today is like long class because without covering all the properties, you won't do the assignment properly. That is the reason. So in the measuring unit, guys, measuring units. Okay, measuring units. We have two things. One is the absolute. Another one is what? Opposite of absolute. What, guys?
Relative.
Relative, right? Okay. So what I wanted to say is, measuring units, we have absolute and relative. Absolute means whatever you have passed externally, forcefully, like with the, for example, specific something. Absolute means specific. Correct, Rick sir or Muzamil sir? You are from EC department, I think. Absolute, relative, most of the time users. Pixel and points and centimeter, whatever that is like absolute. Relatives. What is relative? EM, REM in the fonts. Okay, then VH, VW for the screens. I will tell you, explain what that one. Then percentage for the width and height of the container. Okay. Now I have taken one div. Okay. Now I have taken one div, and let's take this one only. Okay. Now I will pass the width as 50%. Okay. I only have taken only 50%. So what is it taking? For example, let's study from here, guys. Okay, let me there. Okay. Okay, box is there. Okay, I have given 300 pixel. This is absolute. Why I'm saying absolute is when I right click, when I inspect. Okay, see when I'm decreasing the width of the screen, the box is changing or not? Is it changing?
No, sir.
If I keep mobile also, is it changing? No, right? It is remains as it is. Correct.
Yes, sir.
But this is called absolute, guys. If I do 50%, that means, see, now what happening?
It's changing, sir. The box is changing.
So what does it mean by it is relative or absolute?
Relative.
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 Relative to which? Relative to its parent. Which is the parent for this one? For this box, which is the parent? This box, this div, which is the parent? Which is the parent, guys?
Complete page.
Body, right?
Yes,
Body
sir.
is body is parent, right?
Yes, sir.
For
Yes.
example, I will explain you here. For example, I will use body and I will pass width as something like 500 pixel. Okay. Now tell me what is the box width now?
250, sir.
250. Can you see here? What is the box width now?
250.
250, right? Now, if I don't pass anything, by default, the body width is whole width. Okay. So now I am saying 50% of the whole body width I am taking. So it is relative. As the screen size increases, the width also increases, right?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
if width increases, the 50% of the width also increases, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This is called relative, guys. Okay, now I have given box, I have given width 50%. Okay, now see here the magic comes. I will give height as 100%. Okay, now I will give height as 100%. Where is my tag, guys? I given 100%. The box is there, but where is that box? It is invisible. Why?
Background.
Okay, background color. Someone said. Okay, I will give background color also aqua. Still not there. Why? This is the interview question, guys. See, the box width is there, height is 8 pixel, and if you want to still see the existing of that box, I will pass that 2 pixel solid. Guys, I said right, usually height and width is not applied for a span element, and height and width will be calculated on the content, right? Can you see the here? border.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Height will not take, guys. Height will always height. height uh, can you go on mute, please? Height will not be calculated by the screen width. Height will be calculated based upon the content width. Content is anything, any content is there for this div? No, right? So this height will be 0. So that is the reason we are not able to supply the height for this box. If you give 100% also, the height will be not applied because we don't have any content. So that is the reason where that comes to picture. We can't apply width, height, especially for the block level elements when doesn't have a content. That time we need to use viewport height and viewport width. What is viewport means? This is a viewport. The complete screen, this one is a view width, this is a view height. The complete screen, view width, view height. Now here we need to use that one here. View height, viewport complete height I need to. So now it is taking. Clear. Now 50% of view width I will give. Viewport width, viewport height. This is called relative. Clear. So this is the VH and VW. The percentage won't works in the height because we don't have any content here. If you give height also, it won't take. Assume that if I write learning something here, okay, and if I let's back to normal 50% width, it will take. Anyhow, by default, width will be taken completely, but height will be 0. By default, for all the HTML elements, height will be 0. If you give 100%, 100%. Okay, so what is the 100%? Parent 100%, right? What is the parent? Body. What is the body height? What is the body height, guys? 0, right? Body height is
Yes, sir.
0. So
Yes, sir.
100% means nothing. It won't apply anything. Only the content. How much is that? If you give 100% also, it is taking only the content height. To make sure that it should take the view screen height. So that's why we use VH. Now if you see, it was taking 100. Now view width. Here. Now you can make it assignment, right? You can easily like take another div. So 2 divs were there. What you need to do is load left. It is coming beside. Make it something like box 1. Use box 1 here. Apply it right box 1. Do something. I have not closed this one. Box 1. Okay. 50 UA. Just give 50%. Insert elements. Let's B1, B2. Okay. So I have given the width and height. For example, what I have given is 50% of VW. Okay. Now to make this one, I will make inline block. Okay. So same thing for this one also. Use inline block only to make those div elements beside, and you can do the assignment. Don't use this one. What I call okay. So use the viewport height and viewport width for like the box, and make it like responsive or something like 2 box beside using the pixels, and do the assignment. Rest of the things is like it will take like a little bit of time. I don't want to cover in hurry. So like this is like how the box will come. You will do display inline blocks. Okay. And this one you can give in a percentage also. Okay, now 100 VH. So height we are passing more. That's the reason it is VH, VW. So it is coming, both are okay. Margin, I think we are passing right somewhere. Okay, border box here given. Okay, let's give 40%. Yeah. So yeah, some by default browser has some margin. You need to subtract that one. If you give that one, yeah, you will get like this. I think 50 should work. I don't know. Yeah, 49. Yeah, that's some margin will be applied from the browser. That is the reason you won't get here. Yeah. If you right click and inspect, there is a margin. Yeah, another important guys, in this one, you need to make border as 0, margin as also 0, because browser applies some padding and margin to the body. I think now it will come. And now see, this is a body. Okay, margin and padding is 0. Okay, and now let's make this one 49. Yeah. So 1 pixel, like one viewport height we are using, right? So something like there will be 1% padding and margin by default with the content. So that is the reason it is not taking. If you make 49 V8, right, you will get this one. So hopefully you can make like this. On box one, yeah. So display inline block also you can use and you can make it. Or you can use without displaying blocks. If you do that one, it will come in a 2 lines. And you can use float left also here. So whichever you want to use, you do it.
Salman, instead of div, if you give a span, then it might come.
No,
Right?
no. It is working now. So see, width 50% of a viewport height, viewport width, and use float, guys. Don't use like inline block. So that is the problem with the inline block. Use this one. So I think you will get this section right now. So both the colors, 50% of the exact screen. Why we need to use relative is, for example, see, when I click on this one, when I make small, automatically, so it is responsive, right? To make it responsive, we use this one. So what I have used is nothing. Take the two boxes, take the 50% of the viewport height, 100% of the viewport height, 50% of the viewport height, and apply background colors. Then make float left. So automatically both will come beside. Clear? So if you remove the float left, see, that is going beside, below. If you add float left, that float around this one. And it is taking, both are taking complete width. So this is the second section which we wanted to design like this. Where is this one? Yeah, this one. Okay, the first section is very easy, right? Just take the elements, give the padding and all those things. Then style guidelines. So colors and font family, you need to use font family. The colors is there here, and I will share the screenshot. What are the colors in HSL also there, in Cyan also there, HSL I said, right, in different format. Then typography, body, copy, font sizes, how much you need to give, and font family and font weights to make it bold and all those things. These are the things you need to apply to design that one. I will share this design guidelines also to you guys. Apart from that one, how to apply the font families. I want to apply font family. Someone is asking, right? The font is different there, and here the font is different. So go to the Google Fonts. This is last, guys. I'm done with that one. Just I'm showing this one, and we'll wrap the session. So just go to the Google Fonts. Okay, fonts.google.com. Okay, here you can search lot of fonts, Google Fonts. I will search for this is a Kerala fonts. You will get Kerala. Click on this one, and you will get that all the types of fonts. Like select this style and select this style, whichever the style you want, right? We want around like regular. Take regular. Okay, regular. You selected all three. italic, light, regular. So whichever the fonts needed, regular, medium, and bold. Bold is there here. Okay, select these fonts. Okay, then once you select the fonts, when you select these links, right, take the link which is available here, this one, go to code, paste it here, the link tag. I applied the Google Fonts Carla with the weights of all these things. Come here within the div, give here font family. What is the font family? What is the font name? Carla, right? Carla. Here is there now. Apply the font family Carla. Then if you go here, applied, right? See, if I comment this one, font is sans serif by default. If I apply this one, font is applied. This is the font we are using here. Carla for assignment. Clear? So I have shown everything. I want the assignment should be pixel perfect, guys. Please do it till like to take the complete day. Apply the everything whatever I have taught you. Complete this assignment.
And so, Salman, how to know which color is which? Only the they have given.
I have given all the colors in the design guideline. If you come here, you go to the CSS one. Sir, if you add the colors, you will get to know, sir. For example, see.
No, the colors they have just given primary, neutral, and right.
Yeah, you copy this one and paste it in the VS Code. Color background.
No, what I'm asking is open that font style. This one.
No, sir. If you apply like this, you will get to know the color right here.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. You apply the color, you copy and paste it, you will get to know which is bright yellow. You copy and paste this one just.
No, what I'm asking, what is this primary, neutral, typography? What do you mean by that?
Primary is the color which you use extensively.
Okay, so this is what I'm asking. This is terminology, sir.
We use in the development terminology this one primary and secondary. Primary is which is the color which is used extensively in the design. For example, if you go here, which is the primary color here? This one is right. Join our community. The background color.
Okay.
This is the primary color. Secondary color, this button color are there. So everything is there. Go to this assignment, CSS1. There will be like desktop design. Click on this one. You will open this one. You need to do this one. And apart from that one, there is a desktop preview right here. Not here. Come back. If you come back, there is a style guide here. All the colors will be there and font family also there. I have showed you how to apply the font family and everything. Please apply the font family. And another thing, guys, don't do this mistake which I have done here is like without passing the background color, we are not able to identify which one is there. And yeah, to complete revision, we have learned a lot of things today, small things. So this covers the major basics of the CSS. So we have left with another like 2 to 3 classes, 2 classes. Maybe next Saturday we'll done with the CSS. So please make sure that you will practice everything and do it. So everything is there in the notes. Please practice it and do it. The recording will take a lot of time to process it and to upload that one. So please don't depend upon the recording. Please go through the notes.